Hey guys, welcome back for another video. What we're going to do today is we're going to be looking at all of our baseball games we have coming up for Tuesday, June 17th. We have 15 games in total to look at, some brand new series kicking off, and we are slowly inching closer to the midway point, to the All-Star break. The games are starting to mean a lot more. It's starting to get really fun. First things first, though, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Let me know down in the comments. I will make sure that I respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, make sure to click on the pinned comment down below. Click on that link. You can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate that. What we're going to do today is this is going to be our predictions and best bets for all 15 of our games today. We're going to break them all down, the lineups, the rosters, try to predict the outcome, who's going to win, who's going to lose, what the final score might be, and we'll also take an in-depth look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. We do it every day, every game this entire season, and once the football season starts, we do the same thing for every football game. College and NFL, we do predictions and best bets. If you're a sports fan, baseball fan, football fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. But let's not waste any more time. Let's start looking at these baseball games we have today. And our first game of the day is going to be at 6:10 p.m. We have the 42-29 Philadelphia Phillies visiting the 28-41 Miami Marlins. With the Marlins here, the problem is not their offense. The problem completely stems around their pitching, both the starting rotation and the bullpen. Looking at the Phillies, one of the best rosters in baseball. Once they get Harper back, there's going to be a really deep lineup. They have Schwarber, they have Trey Turner, and to me, when they're fully healthy, the deepest starting rotation in baseball. Right now, Philadelphia, 59.2% chance to win this game. Miami, a 40.8% chance. But the Phillies are the favorites, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Philadelphia, they are minus 205. Miami is plus 170. Obviously, Philly is heavy favorites here. Really good offense, 4.7 runs a game. 257 batting average for the team, 75 home runs, 63 stolen bases, very balanced on offense, and they're only giving up 3.9 runs per game. Looking at the Marlins, 4.1 runs per game. The problem's not the offense. 252 average, 61 home runs, 54 steals. Are giving up 5.03 runs per game. Even if they have the lead, once that bullpen gets in here, they have a lot of blown saves. They have a lot of runs given up out of that bullpen. They got to get some things under control. If they win it, it's going to be a close win. Looking at our pitching matchup, you have Jesus Luzardo on the mound for the Phillies. Career 4.28 ERA. So far this season, right along his career average. 6-2 record, a 4.23 ERA, 78.2 innings, 93 strikeouts. Strikeout pitcher here, only 6 home runs given up in 14 games. And Cal Quantrill on the mound for the Marlins. 3-7 record, a 5.61 ERA, 59.1 innings, 46 strikeouts. He's given up 70 hits in 59 innings. That's putting a lot of guys on base here. Give me Philadelphia to win this one, to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And our second game of the day is at 6:40 p.m. This is going to be a pitching matchup. The 29-44 Pittsburgh Pirates, one of the worst offenses in baseball, bottom 2 overall in all of the major leagues. They'll be visiting the 46-27 Detroit Tigers. What a season Detroit's having. They have a great offense. They have power. They have the batting average, and they have the pitching to back it up, the starting rotation, the bullpen. This is one of the best teams in baseball right now. A overall top 3 team when it comes to total wins. Right now, the Tigers, a 69.5% chance to win this game. The Pirates, a 30.5% chance. Detroit, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. The Tigers are minus 200. The Pirates are plus 165. Right now, if the Pirates win this game, it's going to be very low scoring, close game, and it's going to be their pitching that makes the difference. Right now, they're only averaging 3.2 runs a game, 225 average, 50 home runs, 68 steals, giving up 3.69 runs per game. Their pitching is so good. These pitchers just need some run support, and they can deliver the upset win. Right now for the Tigers, 4.8 average runs per game, 251 batting average, 85 home runs, a lot of power. That's top 10 in baseball. 27 steals. They don't have the best speed, but they're still scoring some runs, and they're only giving up 3.35 runs per game. That's top 7 in baseball. Right now, looking at our pitching matchup, you have Bailey Falter right now going for the Pirates. 5-3 record, a 3.36 ERA, very respectable numbers there. 75 innings, 46 strikeouts, only 7 home runs given up in 14 games. 25 walks. He does walk a lot of guys, but overall, he's not letting them score, so you really can't complain about that. And then Casey Mize going right now for the Tigers. 6-2 record, a 2.95 ERA. Just shows you how deep this Tiger starting rotation is. 61 innings, 55 strikeouts. I'm going to go with Detroit winning a low-scoring game. They cover the spread, but I'll go with the under. And at 6:45 p.m., we have the 14-57 Colorado Rockies. What a upset win they had yesterday. Props to them. They've actually been playing pretty solid baseball the last 2 to 3 weeks. Yes, they're not really racking up the wins, but you're showing some competitive fight from them. They are making the games interesting. That's all that you can ask for. Build some type of foundation going into next season. They'll be facing off versus the 30-42 Washington Nationals. They don't have the best record, but this is a very scrappy team. A lot of very competitive, a lot of very close one-loss runs. Point is, they are usually in the game down to the very end. Right now, Washington, a 69.5% chance to win this game. The Rockies, a 30.5%. Do not underestimate the Rockies, obviously pulling off the upset yesterday, but can they do it back-to-back days? Right now, the Nationals, 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over-under. Colorado's plus 160. Washington is minus 190. Right now, the Rockies, they don't have the best offense, but it's not the worst, even though they are the worst team in baseball by a long shot. They're on pace for about 135 losses. Right now, they're averaging 3.4 runs a game, hitting 224, 61 home runs, 32 steals, giving up 5.62 runs per game. They give up a lot of runs per game. That's second to worst in all of baseball. And right now, the Nationals, 4.2 runs a game, 239 average, 66 home runs, 58 steals, giving up 4.9 runs a game. That's not good either, but obviously it's still better than the Rockies. Looking at our pitching, you have Antonio Santazella right now on the mound for the Rockies. His ERA is somehow worse than the Colorado team ERA. He's 1-10 right now. This guy just wants his second win. A 7.23 ERA, 66 innings, 35 strikeouts. He has 110 hits given up in 66 innings. That's almost 2 hits per inning. That's obviously not going to work out here. And Michael Soroka, career about a 3.9 ERA, not his best start to the season, 3-4 record, a 5.14 ERA, 42 innings, 40 strikeouts. But we all know he's much better than he's been pitching this season. Look for him to get things back on track today. I have Washington winning this one. I have them covering the spread, and I'll go with the over. And at 7:05 p.m., an under-the-radar, really competitive matchup, the 33-37 Los Angeles Angels, fourth place in the AL West versus the 42-28 New York Yankees. The Yankees did not look like themselves for basically the last 1 to 2 weeks, but nonetheless, they are still first place in the AL East with one of the best offenses in baseball. Right now, New York, a 67% chance to win this game. LA, a 33% chance. The Yanks are 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. The Yankees are minus 250. The Angels are plus 205. Nobody. The fans or Vegas is giving the Angels any chance to win this game. Sometimes whenever a team is as favorites here as the Yankees are, it's a little concerning. Sometimes you feel like you are getting set up potentially for the upset. Right now, the Angels, one thing that they can do, they cannot pitch to save their life, but they hit a lot of home runs. Top 4 in total team home runs right now. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game. 226 average, 100 home runs. That's number 4 in baseball. 33 steals, giving up 4.82 runs per game. And for the Yankees, they're averaging 5.3 runs a game. That's top 8 in baseball. 256 average, 109 team home runs. That is number 2, just barely behind the Dodgers. And obviously Judge right now, he is the he is the MVP frontrunner right now. 378 average, 26 home runs, 60 RBIs. As a team, they're hitting 256, 109 home runs, 52 steals, giving up 3.61 runs per game, which actually isn't bad considering the fact that they don't even have their ace Garrett Cole, and still they have a very deep rotation. Looking at that pitching today, Kyle Hendricks on the mound for the Angels. This guy's a Grizzly veteran. He's been pitching forever, it seems, at this point. Career 3.76 ERA. Not the best start to his season right now, but he's a veteran. He's experienced. He knows how to pitch his way out of jams. 4-6 record, a 5.2 ERA, 71 innings, 44 strikeouts, 21 walks. Giving up a lot of walks here. You don't want guys on base here versus this Yankees lineup. And for the Yankees, Will Warren in his sophomore season, 4-3 record, a 4.86 ERA, 63 innings, 79 strikeouts. He's a strikeout pitcher here. That does bode well for the Yankees because the Angels don't have the best contact percentages. Call me crazy. I'm going to go a little bit out on a ledge here, but I honestly feel this way. I'm going to go with the Angels pulling off the upset, going with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And at 7:07 p.m., another really tough game. The 36-35 Arizona Diamondbacks. Do not sleep on this team. This team hits a lot of home runs, top 4 in total home runs, or 4th place in the deep competitive NL West. They'll be facing off first the 38-33 Toronto Blue Jays. I was very hard on the Blue Jays offense the month of April. At the very end of the month of May, they started clicking, started getting things together. They started actually reaching the potential they have when you look at their lineup. They have a Springer, Kirk, Bichette, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Santander, a lot of weapons. They're starting to hit the long ball right now. Right now, Toronto, a 56.4% chance to win this game. Arizona, a 43.6%. The Blue Jays, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Toronto is minus 130. The Diamondbacks are plus 110. But you have to respect the Arizona offense. 5.1 runs per game. That's top 10 in baseball. 253 average. 102 home runs, 54 steals, giving up 4.77 runs per game. They give up a lot of runs, but they score a lot of runs as well. Right now, the Blue Jays, 4.3 run a game average, 254 batting average, 70 home runs. They're starting to get some pop there, 38 stolen bases, giving up 4.22 runs per game. Brandon Pfaadt on the mound for the Diamondbacks. He doesn't have the best ERA, but he continues to win games. They score runs whenever he's pitching. 8-4 record, a 5.5 ERA, 70-point win innings, 55 strikeouts, a lot of hits, 82 hits in 70 innings. But like I said, he keeps finding ways to win. Chris Bassett on the mound for the Blue Jays, the everlastingly consistent Chris Bassett. Usually you get the same performance year in, year out. Career 3.6 ERA. So far the 3.7 ERA, 7-3 record, 80.1 innings, 78 strikeouts. Also a lot of hits, 86 hits, but he's keeping the guys from scoring. He knows how to get out of jams. Give me Bassett. Give me the Blue Jays to win this game, to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And at 7:10 p.m., the 36-35 Minnesota Twins on the road here versus the 37-35 Cincinnati Reds. Both teams just barely above 500. There's a lot riding on this game. Right now, the Twins second place in the AL Central, which is a very deep division, and the Reds are third place in the NL Central. Cincinnati right now, 61.6% chance to win this game. Minnesota, a 38.4%. The Reds are 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. The Reds are minus 125. Minnesota is plus 105. Right now, the Twins, they have a pretty decent offense. They have pretty decent pitching. More or less a well-rounded team. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game, 242 average, 74 home runs, 36 steals, giving up 3.86 runs per game. And right now, the Reds, their offense has been up and down this entire season, but right now they are back on the uptrend. They're averaging 4.7 runs a game, hitting 248, 82 home runs, a lot of power, 59 steals, giving up 3.84 runs per game. Although the hitting's been up and down, the pitching has been really consistent since opening day. David Festa on the mound for the Twins, 101 record, a 4.76 ERA, 22.2 innings, hasn't pitched that much this season, 25 strikeouts, and Andrew Abbott, what a season he's having. Coming out of nowhere for the Reds, 6-1 record, a 1.87 ERA, 62.2 innings, 64 strikeouts, a lot of walks, but he's not letting them get across home plate. I'm going to go with Cincinnati winning this one. I have them covering the spread, and I'm surprisingly going to go with the under here. And on MLB Network, this is going to be a really fun game at 7:15. This is a massive National League rivalry. We have the 45-27 New York Mets, first place in the NL East, versus our own divisional rival, the 31-39 Atlanta Braves. The Braves started out the season awful, and then they got hot, and then they went back to being awful. Now maybe they're back on the uptrend. When you look at this Braves roster, it is stacked. They have Acuna back. They have Strider back. They have their best hitter back. They have their best pitcher back. Now's the time for them to get some momentum. They're at home here. Make a little run. Start working your way back to 500. Right now, Atlanta, a 60.8% chance to win this game. New York, a 39.2%. The Braves are 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. The Mets are plus 120. The Braves are minus 145. The Mets, you got to get that offense going. That 1 through 3, one of the best in baseball. Lindor, Soto, Alonso, and Soto's actually been playing pretty good the last 2-3 weeks. If you can get his back going, if you can get that 4 through 9 going, this is a deadly stack lineup. And the Mets still have the number 1 overall pitching rotation in baseball, ERA-wise. Both the pitching rotation, the team, and the bullpen, it's all number 1 in baseball. Right now, the Mets, 4.6 runs a game, 247 average, 91 home runs. Are starting to club the ball. 59 steals, giving up 2.97 runs per game. It is higher than it was last week, but it's still number 1 in baseball. The Rays, 4.1 runs per game, 245 average, 76 home runs, 37 steals, giving up 3.76 runs per game. The pitching starting to get better. That number slowly starting to tick down. Right now for the Mets, they have David Peterson on the mound. This guy finished last season the number 1 ERA second half of last season. He picked up right where he left off last year. 5-2 record, a 2.49 ERA, 79.2 innings, 71 strikeouts. Coming off of his first complete game of his career last start. Only 4 home runs given up in 14 games. Crazy numbers. Spencer Schwallenbach, one of the Braves' best young pitchers. This guy's been slinging it all season long. 5-4 record, a 3.11 ERA. 89.2 innings, 84 strikeouts, only 14 walks in almost 90 innings. Crazy control. It is one of those games that can honestly, again, go either way. I'm going to go with the Mets pulling off the upset game 1, going with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the under this game. And then at 7:35 p.m., we have an AL on AL East matchup. We have the 30-40 Baltimore Orioles facing off first the 39-32 Tampa Bay Rays. You have to give the Rays some props here. One of the hottest teams in baseball the last 3 or 4 weeks. They are starting to hit. They are extremely aggressive on the base passes, and their pitching is now a top 7 overall pitching staff in baseball. Right now, the Rays, they're at home, if you want to call Steinbrenner Field home. A 63.2% chance to win this game. The Orioles, a 36.8%. The Rays, 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. Tampa Bay, they are -130. The Orioles are +110. One thing about the Orioles, their offense is starting to trend up right now. They do hit a lot of home runs, but they just can't pitch to save their life. Right now, they're averaging 4 runs a game, 241 average, 81 home runs, 51 steals, giving up 4.89 runs per game, which is bottom 10 in baseball. The Rays, one of the better younger offenses, 4.6 runs a game, 248 average, 75 home runs. They have the power, 97 steals. They have the speed. That is top 2 stolen base wise in baseball. One of these smaller market teams, they excel at small ball. They know how to get their runners in scoring position, and they're only giving up 3.45 runs per game. It's not just the starting rotation. It is also the bullpen. They know how to close games out. Looking at the pitching, Dean Kremer on the mound for the Orioles, 5-7 record, a 4.99 ERA, 79.1 innings, 61 strikeouts. Going up against Zach Littell, a very consistent pitcher, career 3.9 ERA. This season, he's right along with his average, 6-6 record, a 3.84 ERA, 86.2 innings. This guy eats innings up, 58 strikeouts. He's not a strikeout pitcher, and he's given up 21 home runs. That's one of the worst stats I've ever seen in baseball so far this season. 21 home runs in 86 innings. He's on pace to give up about 45 to 50 home runs this season. But I have faith in the bullpen and in him overall this game. Give me the Rays to win this game to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And this next game is as close to a 50-50 pick'em as it's probably going to get today at 7:40 p.m. The 37-35 St. Louis Cardinals, 4th place in the NL Central. One of the better hitting teams. Pitching's kind of been up and down, but overall a top 15 pitching team. They're playing the 23-49 White Sox. That might sound completely crazy to say, but this is a very competitive, scrappy team. A lot of very close losses. They don't have the best hitting, but their pitching usually keeps the game very close within striking distance. Right now, Chicago, a 49% chance to win this game. St. Louis, a 51% chance. So the fans are in agreement. This game is practically a 50-50 pick'em. Right now, the Cardinals, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. St. Louis is -155. Chicago's +130. You can make a case for either one of these teams to win this game, and this game honestly scares the crap out of me. Right now, the Cardinals, 4.6 run average per game, 255 batting average, 66 home runs, 39 steals, giving up 3.99 runs per game. And for the White Sox, they don't hit very well. 3.4 runs a game, 222 average, 55 home runs, 51 steals, giving up 4.13 runs per game. This game is going to completely come down to the starting pitching and the bullpen. Right now for the Cardinals, Matthew Liberatore on the mound, 3-6 record, a 4.17 ERA, 73.1 innings, 62 strikeouts, 76 hits given up. He is giving up some hits, but overall pretty decent numbers. Shane Smith, though, one of the best pitchers right now for the White Sox. This guy's having a great season. He just needs some run support, and he can definitely pull off the upset. 3-3 record, a 2.37 ERA, 68.1 innings, 64 strikeouts. What about only 4 home runs given up in 14 starts? That's the numbers that I want to see. A lot of walks, though. 27 walks. He's putting a lot of guys on base. That is flirting with disaster, so keep that in mind. But I'm going to go Chicago pulling off the upset, going with the +1.5. I'm going low scoring. I'm going with the under. And at 8:05 p.m., the 34-38 Kansas City Royals, 4th place in the AL Central. One of the worst offenses in baseball, but what gives them a shot here? They do have a top 6 overall pitching staff. They'll be facing off first the 36-36 Texas Rangers, back to 500. This team has been up and down this entire season. The offense has been awful since opening day, but when you look on paper, one of the best lineups in baseball. The bats have not been hitting this entire season. Corey Seager is back. 0 excuses. The last week, though, we have surprisingly seen this offense wake up. They have a top 3 overall pitching team. If they can keep that offense going, this team is going to be very dangerous. Right now, Texas, a 59.6% chance to win this game. Kansas City, a 40.4% chance to win. Texas is 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. The Rangers are -125. The Royals are +105, but that Royals offense is definitely keeping this team down. They're averaging 3.3 runs a game, hitting 250. The dead last team, when it comes to home runs, they need some power and they need it bad. 46 home runs, 56 steals, giving up 3.44 runs per game. That's what's going to give them a shot here. And right now, Texas, the offense, it's not the best, but over the last week, they've improved 0.5 runs per game. Right now, they're at 3.7 runs a game, 229 average, 76 home runs, 62 steals. Those two, not bad stats. And they're only giving up 3.11 runs per game. Pitching has usually always been a problem for the Rangers. It is their strength this season. Looking at pitching, Seth Lugo finished 3rd in the AL Cy Young voting last season, having a great year this year. 3-5 record, a 3.18 ERA, 70.2 innings, 52 strikeouts. He just needs some dang run support. And then Jack Leiter, up and down this season, started out the season hurt, but the last month pitching well. 4-3 record, a 3.88 ERA. They have a pretty solid bullpen to back them up. 55.2 innings, 45 strikeouts. I originally went KC pulling off the upset, but with the Rangers offense getting hot the last week or two, I'm going to go with Texas winning this one, covering the spread, and I will go with the under here. And at 9:40 p.m., the 37-36 Boston Red Sox. Don't forget last week, this team was like 4 or 5 games under 500. They fought their way all the way back, swept their arch rival, the Yankees. Now they are 1 game over 500. Props to them. One of the better offenses in baseball. A lot of power, but they got to get the pitching to just be a little more consistent. Right now, they're facing the 36-34 Seattle Mariners. This is a team that was first place in the West for a long time. Then they completely fell off the map. Now they are also starting to fight their way back up. Right now, Seattle, 63.5% chance to win this game. Boston, a 36.5. The Mariners are 1.5 run favorites, 7.5 over under. Seattle's -180, Boston's +150. The Red Sox, with that offense, 4.8 runs per game. They can count on that every single night. 253 batting average, 89 home runs. That's top 10 in baseball. 62 steals, giving up 3.96 runs per game. And the Mariners are also giving up 3.96 runs per game. What's the odds? Right now, the Mariners offense, 4.4 runs a game. 243 batting average, 90 home runs. They have the power to match the Red Sox. 71 steals. Both of these teams very aggressive on the base pass. Right now for the Red Sox, Walker Buehler going. This guy had a comeback season point that month of April, first half of the month of May, looked like he was back to like 2018, 2019 form. Then he's fallen off the map the last couple starts, but he showed he is capable of it. He just has to get things back on track. 5-4 record, a 5.01 ERA, 55.2 innings, 51 strikeouts. Brian Wu, though, this guy is extremely consistent. One of the Mariners' foundational pitchers. When he's on, he's the guy that can stop the bleeding, get this team a much-needed W. 5-4 record, a 3.39 ERA, 82.1 innings, 72 strikeouts. But you have to respect what Boston does. They score a lot of runs here. They have a real shot to win this based off their offense. But I'm going to go Mariners winning it, covering the spread, going with the over. And then at 9:45 p.m., the 35-35 Cleveland Guardians, third place in the AL Central versus the 41-31 San Francisco Giants. What a season they're having. And they have the offense, but it's the pitching that makes this team really deadly. They are second place in the extremely competitive NL West. Right now, San Francisco, a 71.8% chance to win this one. Cleveland, a 28.2%. The fans are not giving the Guardians any chance to win this game. Vegas has the Giants 1.5 run favorites, 7.5 over under. Cleveland +135. San Francisco is -160. Right now, the Guardians, 3.9 runs per game. 232 average, 72 home runs, pretty decent power, 56 steals, giving up 3.99 runs per game. They are on the road. Very difficult place to play out on the road. And for the Giants, 4.3 runs per game, 233 average, 70 home runs, 42 steals, but it's the pitching, giving up 3.27 runs per game. That is top 5 in baseball right now. For the Guardians, Slade Ciccone on the mound, 1-3 record, a 4.26 ERA, but he's going to have to bring his game. A very small sample size of him so far this season, 25.1 innings, 28 strikeouts, 26 walks in 25 innings. 6 home runs in 25 innings. That is a lot of home runs in only 25 innings so far. Robbie Ray, one of the most consistent pitchers on the mound for the Giants. This guy's a veteran. He knows how to pitch. He knows how to pitch around teams. 8-1 record. This might be the best start of his entire career so far. 2.55 ERA, 81.1 innings, 92 strikeouts, 33 walks. That's a lot of walks, but only a 2.55 ERA, so you can't knock that. And only 6 home runs given up in 4 games. Crazy numbers. Give me Robbie Ray. Give me the Giants with their bullpen. They cover the spread. I'll go with the over. And two teams playing some really good baseball at 8:05 p.m. The 39-34 Milwaukee Brewers, one of the hottest teams in baseball, both on offense as well as their pitching, facing off versus the 44-28 Chicago Cubs in Chicago. The Cubs are now one of the best offenses in baseball, and they also have really good pitching. Right now, the Cubs a 60.8% chance to win this game. The Milwaukee Brewers a 39.2% chance to win. Chicago is 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. The Cubs are -155. The Brewers are +130. But you have to respect the offense and the momentum right now that the Brewers currently have. 4.3 runs per game, 236 average, 65 home runs, 89 steals. One of the most aggressive teams in baseball on the base pass, giving up 3.78 runs per game. Chicago, one of the best overall offenses in baseball, 5.3 runs a game, 254 batting average, 97 home runs. That's top 5 in baseball. 90 steals. That's also top 5 in baseball. They have power, they have speed, and they're also only giving up 3.57 runs per game. Both of these teams are in the same division. Right now, the Brewers second place in the Central. The Cubs are first place, so they are really battling for position here. Chad Patrick on the mound for the Brewers, 3-6 record. 3.25 ERA, 74.2 innings, 71 strikeouts, solid season so far. Ben Brown started out really hot, kind of fell off the last 2 to 3 starts. 3-5 record, 5.71 ERA, 69.1 innings, 83 strikeouts. He's striking out a lot of people right now, but 79 hits, putting guys on base, 23 walks, a little bit kind of flirting with disaster throughout the season, and he's gotten torched a couple times the last few games. Give me Milwaukee here to pull off the upset. I'm going with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with some runs. I'm going to go with the over. In our second to last game at 10:05 p.m., the 41-30 Houston Astros. This team did not have the best start to the season. They got extremely hot the month of May, completely took off. Now they're 11 games over 500, first place in the AL West. Props to them. They'll be facing off versus the 29-44 Athletics. This game is in Sacramento, minor league stadium, smaller ballpark. So there could be a lot of home runs right now. Right now, the A's, fifth place in the AL West. The Astros, 60.3% chance to win this game. The Athletics, a 39.7%. Houston, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 9.5. Vegas definitely sees a lot of runs being scored in this game. One thing that the Astros are, they are a veteran, experienced team. They know how to win tough games. They're averaging 4.1 runs a game, hitting 253, 69 home runs, 43 steals. And one thing they've had the last decade has been extremely good starting pitching, and that is again the case this year. They're only giving up 3.43 runs per game. And for the A's, they're averaging 4.3 runs a game. They don't have a bad offense, but they do have an atrocious overall starting pitching. Right now, they're hitting 254, 90 home runs. That's top 6 in baseball, 41 steals, but they give up 5.48 runs per game. That is over 2 runs more per game than the Houston Astros. Looking at our pitching, we do not have a starter announced as of right now for the Astros. I hate going into games not knowing who's going to be on the mound because you're kind of going into that game blind. One of the variables for the games, you don't even know what it's going to be, but at least you trust the Houston Astros bullpen, even the long relievers. They know how to get through these tough spots. And you have JP Sears on the mound for the Athletics, 5-5 record, a 5.08 ERA, 72.2 innings, 58 strikeouts. He doesn't necessarily instill a lot of confidence in you coming into this game. I do trust the Astros, even if it's just their bullpen, more in this game. I have Houston winning this one, but I have them winning it by 1. So the Astros win, but going with the plus 1.5, and I'll go with the over. And our final game of the day is going to be on TBS at 10:10 p.m. The 39-31 San Diego Padres, the arch nemesis of the Dodgers. Right now, the Padres, third place in the NLS, facing the first place in the NLS, the 43-29 Los Angeles Dodgers. This is going to be a good game. These teams hate one another. The fans hate one another. It's going to be baseball at its finest. And both are playoff caliber teams. Right now, the Dodgers 65.7% chance to win this game. The Padres a 34.3% chance to win. LA 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 9.5. Make sure to check these lines out tomorrow because that can change by the time that we get to 10:10. Right now, San Diego, they're maybe starting to get that offense back on track. Tatis is starting to get back to being hot, swinging a good bat. Machado's been pretty consistent throughout this season, 316 average. Right now, they're averaging 4.2 runs a game, 249 average, 60 home runs. They do have a lot more power than that. 53 steals, but it's the pitching. 3.49 runs per game, one of the deeper starting rotations in baseball, one of the better bullpens in baseball. But right now, the Dodgers, the best top to bottom roster in all of baseball when they are fully healthy. That's the key point. 15 pitchers on the DL. They still continue to find ways to win games, but they are very banged up right now, just barely holding on to first place in their division. But a great offense, 5.5 runs per game. Right now, Shohei, 25 home runs. Freddie Freeman hitting 336, 264 team average, 112 home runs. That is first place just ahead of the Yankees, 42 steals, giving up 4.18 runs per game. But we do not have a starter announced as of right now for the Dodgers. I don't like that. They have a lot of pitchers hurt. It makes this game very blind here. We don't know the variable, and they're very, very light at the pitcher position. They don't have a lot of the guys that they could rely on as a long reliever. Kind of makes this game a little shaky. Right now, the Padres are going with Randy Vasquez, 3-4 record, a 3.57 ERA, 68 innings, 41 strikeouts, 35 walks. This guy puts a lot of people on the bases. You don't want to do that here versus this stacked Dodgers lineup. I can see LA walking away with the win nonetheless. My common sense, for some reason, when I first looked at this game, I thought the Padres are going to pull off the upset. I can feel it. But now I think it's going to be the Dodgers bats that are still going to overcome the inevitable here. I have LA winning it, covering the spread, and I'll go with the over. Guys, that's our breakdown. That's our predictions and best bets for all of our baseball games we have coming up for Tuesday, June 17th. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them below. I will make sure to respond to every single one of them. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look at the pinned comment down below. You can click on that link, sign up there. I would definitely appreciate that. And of course, thank you for watching.